everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen from Elephant.
What are we playing?
Magnum Opus.
That's right. This game is currently on Kickstarter, and we're going to demonstrate how the game plays out in real time. Now, there's very confusing setup here, okay? And I know it can be difficult for you to understand what's going on. I will explain the game as we play. Just a brief, quick understanding. This is the Discovery Matrix, these 16 green cards that you see laid down face down. We are trying to discover what is underneath these to try to create the Philosopher's Stone. They're going to tell us the ingredients we need. The ingredients are listed up here with these green cards and these blue cards. These blue ones are alchemical compounds. The green ones are mystic. Green, blue. That's all I'm ever going to... I'm never going to say those words again. It's just going to be green and blue from here on out. The red cards are action cards that we could pick up. The orange cards down here are trade skills that we're going to be able to acquire as well. So, without further ado, why don't we explain to you how the game works in real time. Carmen, why don't you go ahead and take the turn first. Now, what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to be trying to collect one of, these 4 blue ones and these 4 green ones. We're going to try to combine them together to then try to flip over these cards, because basically, like the lead and the angel feather, if we're successful, we go down, we flip the card over. So what you can do on your turn is that the very first thing is that you could play a basic trade skill, and you can collect the amount of gold that's listed on the card. The basic ones only give you 1, so that's what Carmen collected, was 1 gold. Oh, and one thing real quick, we each should have started with 3 gold each. That was my fault.
And so I collected 1 gold, and then I used the same card to draw a card.
Yeah, you can't play, you could play 2 of them, but the thing is you can't take the same action for both. So if she collected gold for the first one, she has to draw cards for the second. And you can upgrade these cards. For instance, this one here would allow you to collect 2 gold or draw 1 card. This one here would allow you to collect 3 gold or draw 2 cards. And then these 2, we'll discuss those if they, actually get in our hands. So she then, after she does that, she could play cards in front of her into her table, but unfortunately at the start of the game we do not have any cards that can do that. These compounds here and some of the action cards will allow us to do that, but we don't have those yet. So next what she can do after that is she can either purchase cards, they're listed here the costs on each one of them, or she can just draw the very top card, which is kind of like it's 3 of each one of these ingredients is mixed into the Regent search pile. She could draw the top one and maybe she'll get lucky and get something she wants.
So that's what I did.
There you go. So now that you got a basic understanding, I will now discard my basic skill trade, and I will get 1 gold for that. Next, I can't play any cards to the table, so now I will go ahead myself, and I'm going to draw the top Regent card, and I'm just going to add that to my discard pile. I was able to obtain lead that way. Then I'll draw 5 more cards, and it would pass over to Carmen's turn again. So whenever you run out of cards, just like any other deck builder, you're going to draw more cards to add them to your hand. And then our goal here is to try to collect 1 of, like 1 blue and 1 green, have them on the table. Then we have to play an action card that is called Attempt Transmutation, and then we're going to roll the die to see if we are successful, and we'll explain that when it gets to that point. So Carmen, you have now played basic trade skills again, and she's collected gold, and it looks like she's possibly even drew a card again. And now she is going to go ahead and purchase a card herself. So,
let's see, I want this one.
Okay, so she's going to buy the Aqua whatever it is, and that will cost her 4 money, so she'll return that to the bank, and then that would be the end of her turn. So I will go ahead and play my Prepare Herbs, and it's my basic trade skill. I'll collect 1 gold. I'm also going to play an additional 1 just so that I can draw a card, and shuffle my deck real quick. And I drew an additional 1 of those. So, but that's okay. I kind of like cycling through them as fast as I can. Now, the other thing you can do is you can also, if I decide not to take the Regent card here or to purchase 1, I can also purchase and also sell. So, the way that you sell these cards is that they are actually listed here with the little price tag. This one actually has a 0 amount on the price tag. So, therefore, if I sell it, I do not get anything in return. No matter what each one of these cost, I can sell the ingredients or any of these action cards. I only ever get 1 gold, unless it has a 0 like this one, therefore I get nothing. So I'm going to sell that one just to get it out of my hand. I don't want it anymore. And then I'll go ahead and just spend some gold to try to buy one. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 money, and I'm going to go ahead and get an angel's feather and add it to my discard pile. Now it would pass over to Carmen's turn again.
I play this to gather 1 gold. And I'm going to play this to my table.
Okay, so now she has finally played. It is the Vile Thorn, and it is now played to her table. So what she now needs to do is play a blue compound to her table as well. Then she's going to have to play a red action card that is Attempt Transmutation. And then she's going to have to see if she's successful by rolling the die. But we will explain that the closer we get to it. So
okay,
now she can either...
Gonna go ahead and take another one of these.
Okay, or she could have sold cards, or she could have bought cards, however she wanted to do it. So because she drew from here, she just takes the top one, and that would be the end of her turn. So I have no basic skill trade cards, so I'm just going to play this lead card down in front of me. And after that, I'm just going to take the top card as well, and then I'm going to just discard the rest of my cards, and I'm done for this turn. So I pass back over to Carmen's turn again. Now, when we start these experiments, you're going to see this here real soon. The goal is that we're trying to get, you see these 3 stacks of purple cards up here? Each of them are different clues. There's 3 different clues. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get one of each one of those cards. They are down here, and they're going to let us draw. Those cards are going to tell us the ingredients we need to be able to create the Philosopher's Stone. So...
Now what I did was I bought a different basic trade skill.
She bought the oils here. So the oils is an upgrade from the basic one. It's another basic. However, what it does is it has a price tag of 3. If you sell it, you only get 1 coin. However, whenever you play it for the money, you're going to get 2 money. And just like the same as with the other one, it's only going to be worth 1 card though whenever you do that. So I will go ahead and discard this one to get a money. And then I am going to go ahead and get rid of that one. And I'm going to spend 2 money to get, let's get the Serpent Scale. And, oops, and that would be the end of my turn. So now I'll pass over to Carmen's turn again. And we should be getting really close to attempting a transmutation. Here we are. Okay, yeah. So Carmen has played 2 different compounds in front of her. She has played the Aqua whatever and the Vile Thorn. So now, as long as she has an attempt transmutation, which she does, now she can choose. She has to roll this 8-sided die. Now, let's take a close look at one of these cards real quick. Notice how it's got a beaker up here, red beaker, and it's got a number in it, the number 1. Well, the Vile Thorn happens to have that as well. She has to roll that die, and as long as she gets the equal, these 2 added together, which is 2, as long as she gets a 2 or better, she is now going to be able to flip one of the cards in the Discovery Matrix. She rolls a 4. So we're going to go to Vile Thorn and Aquafina, whatever it is, and she's going to flip that card over. Now, something's about to happen. Go ahead and read it.
Upon successful transmutation of this formula, you may take a research card.
Okay, these are the research cards, so she gets one of those. But because she is the first also to discover this one, she will get an additional research card that automatically would be added to her hand. Now, the thing is that just because she's the one who initially flipped this over, that does not mean that I can't take advantage of it. If I wanted to do the same exact experiment, I could, and then it would give me a research card. However, we do not put another additional one down underneath there. That one is already gone. The research cards are just more powerful abilities that you're going to be able to perform. Typically, they revolve around reducing the volatility of your transmutations.
Okay, my research card says, place this card immediately off to the side and gain a Magnum Opus clue card of any type you not already have. That has also been revealed. That has not happened.
Well, there hasn't been one revealed, so...
But now, you may instead reveal any face-down discovery card. So
very
I'm going to
cool.
do that.
So does this get discarded then? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Okay, so this goes away, and what's going to happen is that now she gets to just flip any of the other ones that are face down. Now, she will not get the actual benefit. We don't believe. We could be wrong on that. But she won't take the research card underneath. But it says here, upon successful transmutation of this formula, you may take an incomplete Philosopher's Stone, which are over here, the incomplete Philosopher's Stone.
I only get to flip that over.
But she only flips it.
Yeah.
But now, if we want to do this experiment, we would take.
We already know what we're going to get.
Right. So now, because she was successful, first off, that would go into your discard pile.
Yes.
Now, her action card, her Vilethorn, and her Aquafina will all go into her discard pile. She cleans up her table. Her experiment was successful. Congratulations, kudos, Carmen. So now it goes back over to me. Well, I also can try to do the same thing, but first I'm going to go ahead and discard that, and I'm going to get 1 gold. And then I am going to play an Angel's Feather card. So this is going to be next to near an impossible transmutation for me. However, there's something special that will happen if I fail. I will show you. First off, both of my red beakers are a 4 on both of my cards. Lead and Angel's Feather. So unless I roll an 8, I'm not going to make this happen. Now, something you need to know is that there are times when these red numbers will exceed the value of 8. However, if you do roll a solid 8, you're successful no matter what. So, here we go. I rolled a 7. Wow, it was so close. So I did fail. Now, 2 things are going to happen here. Number 1, I am going to get a experience token or a grit token for people who are familiar with that. And what this is going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to add 1 pip to whatever my die roll is to try to help me to be successful in the future. The next thing that's going to happen is that because I failed, I still will flip over the card and reveal it. So, the lead and Angel Feather, lead, right here, this card will be revealed. However, nothing is going to happen. It only is revealed. I do not get the research card underneath, nor does this discovery take effect. That is the only thing that happens at the moment. Because I failed at that, that would be the end of my turn, and the play does pass back over to Carmen.
Okay, I'm just going to play these to my table, but I can't...
She played 2 of the same, 2 mystic components, so she cannot do an experiment with 2 of the same color. You must have 1 of each, 1 blue and 1 green. Okay, so now she is finished, so I will now take my turn. I do not have any action cards to play, so I will forego that part of my turn. I will, however, play... let's see. I'm going to go ahead and play these 2 cards down. Now one thing to remember is that you can either play 2 cards, or you can discard these 2 cards, or you can take 1 into your hand and play 1. So, just so that you know everything that you can do. I can't just put down whatever I want. Now, for my final thing, I am going to go ahead and attempt another transmutation. Now, this is Quicksilver and Serpent Tail. So, right here. I'm going to attempt this one right here, and I need a total of 5 or better. Remember, I do have my grit token here, and I rolled a 4. So, a 4 plus my 1 experience token will make it a 5, so therefore I am successful. And I get to flip that card over, and it says, you may take a Transmute Lead to Gold Advanced Trade Skill. So, the Lead to Gold Advanced Trade Skill, I get to add that to my discard pile. And plus, I'm going to get this research card as well. What this will allow me to do is that once it comes back into my hand, I'm going to be able to play it in front of me, and it's going to be able to reduce the value of any of my rolls, or actually increase the value of any of my rolls by 1, no matter what. So, now play will pass back over to Carmen.
Play that for the card, and I will play this one for the money.
Playing it for the money.
And I pay 1 to add this card to my table.
Now, we're getting a lot of cards starting to flip up. We got 4 out of the 16, so we are 25% there. We're going to soon start flipping up cards that are going to tell us to draw these cards off the deck as well. So once that starts happening, it's going to tell us the ingredients we need to create the Philosopher's Stone. And if you notice, we haven't gotten any of these action cards yet. Well, I think actually we could have with this one here. I think eventually soon we will be getting these. And then you just took this and then you're done, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and collect 1 gold. I'm going to play down this Angel Feather. And then I think I will just take the top card as well. And now it is your turn.
Okay.
We've had this game go all the way from, being over in 30 minutes all the way to about maybe close to an hour at the most. It all just depends on, where the clues are to be able to lead us to be able to get these cards up here, which that'll make more sense once that occurs. I'll show you how that works.
Alright, so I need the dice.
Okay, Carmen is going to attempt a transmutation of Angel Feather and Aquafina, whatever it is. And she was successful. So, Angel Feather and Aquafina. So we're going to flip this over, and it says you must take 2, 3, or 4 lead cards from the supply and add them to your discard pile. So if you want, you can take 2, 3, or 4, however many you like.
Okay.
And you also got yourself a shelf, which is one of the research cards, which those are great. I love the shelves. So how many leads would you like? You have to at least take 2.
Lead.
Mm-hmm. There, right here.
It doesn't... these kind.
Yeah, you must take 2, 3, or 4 of them.
I think I just...
I got them right here if you want them.
2.
That's okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so she was successful. We flipped the card over, and that will end. She has to clean up her table, which means all them cards will be removed. Now this one here, does it stay or is it removed as well? Some of the cards will stay permanently.
It says may remain there after any transmutation attempt.
Well, there you go. So you don't have to pay an additional gold then, so therefore you should be fine, correct?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So it'll go back to my turn. So what I am going to do is first, I am going to play this one here, and I'm going to gather another gold out of the supply. I'm going to play this one to draw another card. And then, let's see, I can perform a transmutation, but before I do that, I'm going to play down this card here, and it's called Purified Vessels. So I'm going to play that one, and then I'm also going to play down Quicksilver and Angel Feather. Let's see where that would lead to right there. And then I'm going to attempt a transmutation. All right, well, Angel Feather is 4, Quicksilver is 3. This will allow me to reduce it by 1. So, I need at least a 6 or better. 3. That is not a 6 or better. So what happens is the card still flips over. Alright, so what it's telling us is that we would be able to take one of these action cards if we are successful with that experiment. Now this one here, it said add this card to the table to decrease the difficulty rating by 1. If it fails, even with the aid of this technique, you may take an additional experience token. So I get 2 experience tokens instead of 1. However, the card must be discarded. So that is my turn. Carmen, it goes right back to you. Alright, so Carmen's basically just using her basic trade skills, which are found down here. And now she is playing cards to her table, which would be step 2 of her turn. Now she's into step 3, which is either purchasing cards or performing the actual action. Which is typically, transmuting things together. We call it the experiment phase.
Okay, I'm going to buy 2 cards.
Okay, which ones would you like?
Serpent Scale.
Okay, and?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you pronounce that one.
We're going to call it Vitriol.
Okay.
Or we could call it, well, never mind. Okay. So that would end Carmen's turn. She can leave her cards still there on her table. I drew a bunch of garbage, so I do not get to do any basic trade skills. I will, however, play Dragon's Blood down to the table and just get rid of those. And I'm thinking I'm just going to draw the top card of the deck, which I did. Now it passes back over to Carmen. I was awfully quick that turn.
Yeah, I'm not done shuffling.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards have been revealed, and not a single one of the gems up here to try to get us to the Quicksilver and Vile Thorn, which will be this card right here. So she is attempting another one, which is only 4, and she was successful. So we're going to flip this one over, and it is still not. So you go ahead and take that research card. And this one says, you may take up to 2 of any mystic compounds and or alchemical compound cards in the supply except for the ones used in the Discovery Matrix. So you are not allowed to take any Vile Thorn or Quicksilver. However, you can take up to 2 of any of the other listed ingredients.
Okay, I don't remember what I already have.
Yeah, I do that too.
Does it have to be two of the same one, or can it be two different
no,
ones?
you can two different. It says and or, so.
I think I need those.
I think I can. Okay, so that would end Carmen's turn, so she'd be done. So now it goes back to my turn. So what I am going to play is an advanced trade skill. This is transmute lead to gold. Now what that allows me to do is that I can turn this in to try to get 5 gold. However, there's a trick. You see that little beaker right there? What that says is a 5. That means I have to roll the die, the 8-sided die, and I have to get a 5 or better to get that 5 gold. So wherever the die went,
oh, sorry.
Thank you. And I did. So there we go. I end up getting 5 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will go into my discard. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a serpent scale. I'm going to discard those, and I'm going to probably just, I think I'm going to buy one of these here. So that'll cost me 4. So go ahead, Carmen. Now I could have bought another one if I wanted to, but I don't really think I want to. So go ahead, Carmen.
Okay, I've got the vitriol. Let's see what else I need to play with that. How about Angel's Feather?
All right, so
ooh, that means I have to roll a 7.
A 7 or better. Well, but you do have this is a -1, and that one does have a -1 on it. If it's up here in the corner, if it has that -1 beaker, that means it does reduce, even though it doesn't say on it, which is kind of interesting. So she can reduce the 6 down to a 4, and she is successful. So where was that? Here, and Angel Feather. Boop, right there. All right, so you may take a Power Stone card from the supply of effects if there is one available. Wow, I'm really shocked that we have still yet to pull up one of these ingredients that we need. I had to check real quick to make sure I did put them in, which I did, so that's good. We just haven't been lucky enough to find them yet, so, but it's getting close. So Carmen was able to get herself a nice action card, so yay Carmen, great job. And now it goes back to my turn. So first thing I'm going to do is play the prepare herb card. I'm going to get 1 gold out of the supply. Next what I am going to do is I'm going to play this card down, and I'm going to play my lead card. Now I've got 3 different components here, so I need to select the 2 because I am going to attempt a transmutation here. I'm going to go ahead and Serpent Tail in lead, which should be here and here. This one. Dragon's Blood I will not be able to place in, so I'm going to do this one. Now I had my choice of combining it with whatever, but I don't want to do that because it's harder to do it with Dragon's Blood. So 4, 5, 6, I have 2 grit, and I also have a negative on this, so boom, there we go. So where was I? Lead and Serpent Tail, which is right here. There we go. All right, plus I got this one, which is a good tool that I'm going to be able to add to my thing. So all of these cards, all of them, will go away now because this one does not say it stays on the table. So boop, those go to my discard. Now what this has allowed me to do is I'm going to get the first clue needed. Now, Carmen, you're not allowed to look. It tells me down here at the bottom, you're trying to peek. You're peeking, I see you. This is the ingredient I need. Number 1, okay? I need 2 more, all right? Carmen's are going to be different than mine. All right.
So it doesn't matter if I peek.
Yes, it does. It does matter because she'll just try to jinx me. Okay. So what do? I mean, am I the only one who's allowed to get one? No. Carmen can perform that same experiment, or she can pay an assistant. We will see what Carmen decides to do, and if she does pay an assistant, or if I do at some point, we'll explain how that works when that occurs. But for right now, Carmen, it is your turn. I'm sure she's going to be excited to try to perform that, but we also do have still 2 other gems to try to find, so it's not like she needs to find it immediately. So Carmen now has used her basic trade, which is going to give her some more gold, and now she is playing a lead card, so she's got a blue.
Okay.
Let's see if she's got a green as well.
I don't. I would like to pay an assistant.
Okay, so if she's going to pay an assistant, what she has to do is she has to pay the costs of both of these cards. The Serpent Scale costs 2. The lead costs 1. So she'll put 3 gold into the bank. Now, the trick to this is that she is not allowed to reduce when she does this roll. These cards will not come into effect, okay? She has to do she has to roll a 6 or better. Now, she could put her experience tokens in at it, but Oh, and she did it! Wow! She rolled an 8, so she will get her own as well. Congratulations, that was awesome. So that's how you use an assistant. You cannot let these cards add any pips, but you can use your experience tokens to add to it. But she rolled a solid 8, which was a success, so great job, hon. So that was the how you use an assistant card. There you or ability. There you go. Carmen did it. Boom, right there. So let's see here. I am going to do Quicksilver and Angel Feather. Let's see if those. Yep, that's been done. So everything Angel Feather's been done. That's not going to help me at all. All right, so I'll go ahead and prepare herbs so that I can get a gold. Okay. Now let's see. What are those? What do those thingies do? Are they any good? A power stone.
They just reduce your difficulty by
they
one.
They all pretty much do that. Okay, well, yeah. What I think I'm going to do is that I think I'm going to sell my Angel Feather, and that'll just give me 1 gold. And then I think I am going to buy. I'm going to buy a Vile Thorn for 1. So there we go. All right, and that's all I can do. So Carmen, it is your turn. So she used one of her starter basic cards, and now she's going to collect. She drew a card, and she also collected 1 gold. Remember, you can't do 2 cards and collect for gold for both of them, or collect draw cards for both. You have to do one or the other, but you can play 2. She has 2 blue ones down, so she needs a green one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She doesn't have one, so now she can decide to just pull from the top here, or she can do that. So. Alright, so I am going to play this one, and I'm going to get 1 gold. And I'm going to play down a Vile Thorn and a Lead, which are these 2 right here. And let's attempt a transmutation. Let's see what happens. Boom! Got it. Okay, so I flip over this card, and it is... Oh, I was hoping it'd be something cool. So I'm going to get one of these Metastones. Okay, a Metastone basically just acts like any one of these ingredients, if I remember correctly, which is pretty cool. Yes, it does. And then I also get this research card to add to my discard pile as well. Clean these up, and now play passes back to Carmen again.
Okay, let's see. Well, unfortunately...
Unfortunately, I love hearing unfortunately at the start of your sentence.
I'm not going to be able to attempt a transmutation.
Oh, see, unfortunately, but for me it's fortunate, so I don't mind very much. Carmen has to get a green one, but the other trick is that sometimes these cards just don't pop up into your hand, and you got to have one of these to be able to perform the transmutation. So that's kind of like the trick, is that you got to get the cards on the table that you need, but at the same time you need the action card in your hand to perform that action. So, but she is getting an awful lot of these cards down that are permanent cards too, which are killing me, that are allowing her to do all kinds of stuff, which is great. She's able to really reduce her roll down. So once she gets these other 2 components, she is really going to smoke me if she gets them on the table, excuse me, before I do. So you're all done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare herbs. So I'm going to collect 1 gold out of the supply. And I'm going to play my Aquafina, and I'm going to combine that with Dragon's Blood or Serpent Scale. Let's go Serpent Scale. It's the easier one. And we're going to attempt another transmutation. Let's see how lucky I get here. Alright, so I have to do a 3 or better, which should be simple because I do still have 2 grit tokens. I did a 2. I'm going to pay 1 experience into the supply. So that is a 3. So let's flip this over and see what we got. Boom! Something bad. Choose a card in your discard pile and return it to the supply. Well, that ain't breaking my heart. So let's see if my discard pile, and I can return it to... You go bye-bye. Alright. So now play goes back to Carmen. My turn is over. And I'll draw 5 more cards. Wow, I can't believe we still have... We got 5 cards left, and 2 of them are the clues we need. And for some reason, we are just not finding them quick enough, which is shocking because usually we do.
Okay, so I need to put this one down. I'll put this one back when I do that.
Okay, so she can put a card back in her hand, play a card. So now she's going to want to try to hopefully play a attempt transmutation card.
I do not have any in my hand.
Oh, unfortunately. So now what she's going to do is just basically either purchase one of these cards or purchase one of the ingredients or draw the top card from the deck here. So,
yeah, I don't think I want to do any of that.
well, you don't have to. You can just be done. Okay, so that'll be the end of Carmen's turn. So what I am going to do first is I'm going to transmute lead to gold. Missed, so I do not get anything for that. And I'm going to play this scale down. I'm going to discard those, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 money, but I think I'm going to hang on to that money. I don't want to do nothing else, so it's your turn. Because I may need to use an assistant once one of these other clues are found.
Okay.
So. Wow, I cannot believe how many of those you've got going. Wow. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that she gets to subtract off of any roll. I mean, that's just, phew. Now, let's hope you finally got yourself an attempt transmutation card.
I do.
Yay!
I'm trying to decide which one to attempt.
Well, Aquafina and Dragon's Blood. Nope.
Got Vitriol, and Vilethorn.
Vilethorn right here. Okay, so she just needs to do a 3 or better, but given the fact she has all these, she's going to be guaranteed to get it. So,
okay.
All right, and she rolled an... Oh, I thought she rolled an 8 again. Okay, so flip it over. And... there we go! Boom! She got the next one. So that's her next clue. That's my next clue too. And you also get this one as well. So I need to do the Vilethorn, Vitriol, whatever that is, combo. Now, all of her stuff goes away. Does that stay on the table? Make sure you check all your research cards and also your action cards to make sure that they don't get discarded.
It doesn't say that it stays.
Okay, if it doesn't say it stays, then it would be discarded. So, all right. So now I need to try to get that clue as well. Let's see what we can do here. So first thing first, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this card down and this card. And, well, I think then I'm going to go ahead and sell a lead back into here. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use an assistant. So I need to, 1, 4 money. I'm going to turn into the bank. And then I just need to do a 3 or better on the roll, but I do have this here. So, boom, I got it. All right, so I am also able to get my second clue, which is great. And Carmen, now it passes. Oops, these actually stay. They shouldn't go away because I used an assistant. Okay, and now Carmen, play passes back over to you. Now we both each have 2 of the ingredients we need. We need to find the last clue to get the third. Well, we maybe have the ingredients, but we have 2 of the clues out of the 3 we need. Now it's just a matter of finding the last clue that is located in one of these 4 face-down cards.
That's it for me.
Okay, so let's see. Vilethorn, everything's found in Vilethorn, so that ain't helpful. Aqua Regina, and then we need Dragon's Blood with that to be able to do this one. So... let's see here. I will first try to transmute lead to gold, and I was successful, so I get 5 money. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And next I'm going to play down my Aquafina card, and I am now going to purchase the Dragon's Blood for 3. So now, Carmen, it is your turn again.
Wow. I don't know if I'm shuffling really bad or what.
Yes. Yes, you are. All right.
Okay. Guess I will put these other down and we'll see if I want to use them next time.
Okay. I accidentally added this research card to my hand, and what it actually was the exact same one that Carmen had, that I'm actually allowed to reveal any one of these face-down cards here on the table. So that was my fault. I missed it. Oh, and look at that. I actually uncovered the last clue at the same time. So that was my mistake. I should have played that immediately when it flipped over my research card when I was successful. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so given the fact that we know now where it's at, and I just happen to be lucky, and I have the 2 components that I need. So I am going to go ahead and attempt a transmutation, and I have to roll a 4 or better, but I do also have all these, which I've got it because of all these. Yeah, good thing, right? So I do get my last clue.
No!
It tells me the last ingredient I need. So these all go away, And I believe all of these go away. Yes, so okay. Go ahead, Carmen, and now it is your turn. So Carmen now needs to get this one as well.
Okay. I have 5 gold. Let's see if that's enough to pay an assistant.
I can pay 1 to keep this one on the table, which I am.
That's not enough. I need 7 gold to pay an assistant.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's an expensive one.
Okay.
So I've got my 3 clues, so what I got to do is get my 3 ingredients down that I need to be able to win. And then I have to do a successful transmutation to win the game. So the game is in my hand right now. The ball is in my court because Carmen still needs to get her last clue. She is not allowed to just guess because there is no such thing as guessing. You have to have all 3, one of each of the cards. No way around it. Okay, so I take it now you are finished. Okay, so I will try to first, I'm going to gain a gold. Then I'm going to play this card to draw 3 cards. Okay, and I need to look at these real quick. Okay, I'm going to play this one down and this one. And I'm going to discard those and let me see. I'm going to go ahead and buy this Quicksilver, just in case I don't have it.
I don't think I ever got Dragon's Blood.
Oh no.
No.
Alright, so Carmen, it is back to you. Okay. So all I am trying to do now is to get 3 compounds down, 3 ingredients. They each match. It's those 3 there. I have to get them down in front of me. Then I have to play my action card to perform a transmutation. If I am successful, that'll be the end of the game. If I fail, then I would be really sad.
Okay. I sold this card.
Okay.
Can I
now you can
pay
buy
an
one.
assistant?
No.
Okay.
You sell one, you can buy one, or you can sell 2. So.
Okay.
Or buy 2. So what you got going now?
I guess that's it. I'll put
Okay.
this card down.
So your next turn, though, you're going to be able to pay the assistant. Okay, so unfortunately, I did not draw the things that I need in the slightest. So I don't need any of these cards, and I can't do anything with them neither. So I am actually just going to pass my entire turn over to Carmen. Carmen?
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see. It is Dragon's Blood Vitriol. I think I can do that this time. I actually did have Dragon's Blood. I just found it.
Dragon's Blood.
Yes. So we'll put this down.
Okay.
We'll just put the rest over here because they're not going to do me any good.
Okay. So you can play one more card. And then I'd imagine you're going to pay an assistant, correct?
No.
Oh, you got the 2 you need. Oh, okay. Duh. Well, you got so many cards, there's really no sense in rolling. I mean, all you got to do is get 4 better, but she's got negative a bazillion. So
yeah.
That will give you then this card as well. And you got your last clue. Because I did not collect that, because remember I turned it over. And then did I pay the assistant?
You collected this.
No, because I did it off of my 1 card. So, oh, and then I did the experiments afterwards. I remember. Oh yeah, I should have collected it. Give me that back. Stop stealing my cards. Okay. So, anyways, that would be the end of Carmen's turn. All of her cards here go away. And now she is prepared to start laying her table out. However, I have a chance now to win the game. First off, I'm going to play this one down. Now I'm going to play Quicksilver. Carmen, I'm going to show you my cards. Quicksilver, lead, Vilethorn. The 3 ingredients I need.
Yes.
Okay. Now what I do is I just have to roll the dice to see if I'm successful. Vilethorn is a volatility of 1, lead 4, Quicksilver 3. That's a total of 8. Ugh. However, these 2 will reduce it down, so it's 6, plus I do have this grit, so as long as I roll a 5 or better, I win. And I rolled a 2. I hate this game. Okay, so I'm going to take all these, and they go away. It's not the game, it's the die.
Do you
Jinx
get an
die.
experience token?
I actually will get 2 more grit. And actually, if your tune fails, you must discard this card or pay 1 money. Well, I could pay the money. I'm going to keep this one down. But that does give me 2 more experience back then. So I had a chance to win it, and I failed. But, oh well, that's how the cookie crumbles. So now it goes back to Carmen, and now she has kind of got the ball in her court because she's going to be able to start laying down her ingredients she
I
needs.
got lots of money, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
So now it's just a race to get our components down and roll the die. She's going to, as soon as she gets her, you can only lay down 2. As soon as she gets all her components down, she's pretty well got it. She doesn't even hardly need to roll the die. She's got so many cards that are helping her. But we will still see. So she got 2 of her ingredients down. And I can't remember what I need anymore. So lead, vile thorn, and quicksilver. Well, that's not any of these. So I'm going to use this to draw a card. Well, there's lead, so I'll play that down. And then I'm going to just discard those 2. So Carmen, it goes back to your turn.
Okay.
So it's just a race to try to get the cards we need. That's all this is now. And you also need to make sure that you do have an action card that allows you to do an attempt transmutation as well, though. So.
Haha, it's on my shelf.
She already put it. She put a card in her shelf. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So I don't take that yet.
All right. Let's see what you do.
Oh, I can only get 1 card. That stinks.
Okay. So you got the last ingredient you need?
No.
No. All right. Well, that's good for me. We'll see. Carmen she has vile thorn, quicksilver. Well, she put down serpent scale. Well, she could be doing that too. Just a minute. Is that the 3 you need?
No.
Nope. Ha ha ha. So she's in a little bit of a pickle because every turn that goes by that you're not able to do it, then it's just that much easier for your opponent to do it.
Okay.
All right. So it's my turn again. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is play down my quicksilver. And I'm also going to play down my vile thorn. I have everything I need again.
No!
With the exception of my stupid action card. So I cannot attempt my transmutation, which is a real bummer. So I'm going to discard them cards. And now, Carmen, it is back to your turn.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Do you have what you need? This is it, right?
I have angel feather, quicksilver,
So that's
and
your 3 clues.
serpent scale.
All right. Go ahead and roll the dice. So she says get a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But she's got so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modifiers. So
I don't know if that counts since I took that off of the shelf. But
go ahead. That's 6. Okay, so she was successful. Boom. Okay, she doesn't necessarily win yet because I do have my 3 components. I get 1 more turn. Okay, Carmen has now successfully completed and created the Philosopher's Stone. Now I get 1 more chance to do it myself. So I get to play 2 cards. I'm going to play this one down, and I'm going to play my Attempt Transmutation card down. So now, basically, it comes down to see if I can actually complete it as well, and then we'll show you what the tiebreaker is if it occurs. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is successful because I do have 3 experience that I can play. Now, we tied, right? No! We're actually going to wrestle on the floor on live camera, and whoever wins... No, okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, whoever actually collected the most research cards wins the game. So, Carmen, by all means, go through your deck.
Oh.
I go through mine. We'll see who has the most research cards. Whoever does, wins the game. Now, one thing I'm kind of curious about is that each of us would have had one of these, but they were discarded or put to the side of the table, but we did technically have one of those each. But seems how we both did, you know, at least that's even. I have 4.
5.
Carmen has 5, so therefore Carmen is the champion!
Woo!
Congratulations, Carmen!
Baby!
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that, and that gave you a great idea on how Magnum Opus works. I hope you liked it, and if you do, head on over to Kickstarter and support it and pledge, because that's the only way this game will be made. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.